Shedeur Sanders, the highly anticipated quarterback and son of NFL legend Deion Sanders, faced a challenging night in the final preseason game, sparking debates among fans, analysts, and critics about his readiness and the coaching strategies employed. Expectations were high for Sanders, who has been viewed as a promising talent with the potential to transform his team's offense. However, his performance in this crucial game fell far short of expectations, leaving supporters frustrated and raising questions about the team's preparation heading into the regular season. Throughout the game, Sanders struggled with accuracy and decision-making, throwing multiple interceptions and failing to connect on key passes that could have sustained drives. His timing with receivers seemed off, and he often appeared hesitant when facing defensive pressure. Analysts noted that Sanders made several uncharacteristic mistakes, including misreading defensive schemes and holding on to the ball too long, which resulted in sacks and lost yardage. These errors were particularly glaring in contrast to his previous preseason appearances, where he had shown flashes of poise and ability to lead the offense effectively. Fans took to social media to voice their disappointment, with many expressing concern over the team's reliance on Sanders as the starting quarterback. Some argued that the coaching staff should have given him more time to develop in practice or considered rotating him with other quarterbacks to reduce pressure. Others questioned the game plan itself, suggesting that it may not have played to Sanders' strengths. Critics pointed out that the play calling seemed conservative at times, forcing Sanders into situations where he had to make low-percentage throws or rely heavily on his ability to improvise under pressure. Despite the rough outing, some commentators emphasized that it is important to view preseason games in context. Preseason performances do not always predict regular season success, and many young quarterbacks have overcome early struggles to become effective starters. Supporters of Sanders noted that he has shown resilience and adaptability in prior games and training sessions, which could allow him to bounce back from this setback. They argued that the coaching staff should focus on providing targeted support, refining his decision-making, and adjusting offensive strategies to better suit his style. The debate over coaching decisions intensified after the game, with discussions centered on whether the offensive scheme placed Sanders at a disadvantage. Critics suggested that play designs did not maximize his mobility or his ability to make quick reads, forcing him into situations that highlighted his weaknesses rather than his talents. Some proposed that incorporating more rollouts, quick passes, and read option plays could create opportunities for him to succeed and reduce the risk of turnovers. Additionally, questions arose about the timing of his integration into the starting lineup and whether additional practice reps or mentorship from veteran players could have helped mitigate the difficulties he faced. Team insiders and coaching staff have remained measured in their responses, acknowledging that Sanders had a tough night while expressing confidence in his overall development. Coaches emphasized that preseason games serve as learning experiences and that adjustments are part of the process for any young quarterback transitioning to the professional level. They highlighted Sanders' work ethic, leadership in practice, and ability to absorb feedback as indicators that he is capable of improvement. The staff has reportedly been analyzing game footage to identify specific areas for improvement, including reading defenses more effectively, improving footwork under pressure, and refining timing with receivers. Fans, however, remain divided. Some are willing to give Sanders the benefit of the doubt, citing his potential and the pedigree of his football upbringing. They point out that the quarterback position is complex, and adaptation to the speed and intensity of professional defenses can take time. Others, however, are less patient, expressing concern that continued struggles could hinder the team's chances of success and place additional pressure on the coaching staff to make roster or strategy changes. The social media discourse has been particularly lively, with fans dissecting every play, discussing alternative strategies, and debating whether Sanders' preseason performance should influence starting quarterback decisions. Beyond fan reaction, the media has also weighed in, analyzing Sanders' mechanics, decision-making, and poise under pressure. Some experts highlighted that while he displayed flashes of talent, consistency remains a key concern. They noted that preseason struggles are not uncommon for young quarterbacks, but the magnitude of his errors in this game, particularly turnovers and missed opportunities, cannot be ignored. Analysts emphasized that improvement will require a combination of coaching adjustments, practice refinement, and mental preparation to ensure that Sanders can perform reliably when the regular season begins. Another factor in the debate is the supporting cast around Sanders. Observers have noted that the offensive line's protection, receiver routes, and timing all play critical roles in a quarterback's performance. While Sanders bore the brunt of the criticism, some analysts suggested that deficiencies in team execution contributed to his struggles. Inconsistent blocking, dropped passes, and miscommunication between players can exacerbate difficulties for a quarterback, making it challenging to evaluate individual performance in isolation. Nevertheless, Sanders' responsibility for turnovers and missed reads remains central to the conversation. Looking ahead, the coaching staff faces the task of addressing these issues before the regular season. Strategies may include additional practice sessions focused on situational awareness, targeted drills to improve passing accuracy, and incorporating feedback from veteran players to build confidence. Sanders himself has reportedly expressed determination to learn from the experience, acknowledging mistakes while emphasizing his commitment to improvement. His attitude and work ethic will be closely monitored by both fans and the media as the team prepares for its first regular season matchup. In summary, Shedeur Sanders' difficult performance in the final preseason game has sparked significant discussion about his readiness, the coaching approach, and the team's offensive strategy. While the game highlighted areas for improvement, it also underscored the challenges faced by young quarterbacks transitioning to a professional level. Fans and analysts remain divided, with some advocating patience and continued development, while others question strategic decisions and the impact of this performance on the team's prospects. Moving forward, Sanders' response, the coaching staff's adjustments, and the performance of the supporting cast will all play critical roles in determining whether this setback becomes a learning opportunity or a sign of deeper concerns. The final preseason game, while disappointing for many, serves as a focal point for reflection, adjustment, and preparation as the team looks toward the regular season. The conversation around Sanders' performance illustrates the high stakes and passionate engagement of fans, the scrutiny faced by young quarterbacks, and the complexity of coaching decisions in professional football. How the team navigates these challenges will likely influence both Sanders' development and the team's overall trajectory, making the offseason preparation and early regular season games critical for establishing confidence, chemistry, and execution on the field. This preseason setback, though difficult, could ultimately serve as a catalyst for improvement if approached strategically by both Sanders and the coaching staff.